I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to today's weekly webinar. I am Ritu, your host for today's session on a skill we use every day, email etiquettes. Before we begin, I wanted to thank Akshata for agreeing to do this session for us. Thank you, Akshata. And
Thank
I also wanted to thank you all for taking time to join today's beautiful session. Now, let me introduce our speaker for today's session, Akshata Male. We are glad to have you, ma'am. She is having an experience of 23 years of corporate experience. She has helped over 35,000 professionals to 1,045 leadership and executive development programs. And she is a certified image coach, master NLP practitioner, and motivational speaker too, specializing in personal branding, executive presence, and strategic communications, all essential as aspect of professionals' growth. Yet big thank you to Akshata for taking time to share her knowledge with us today. In this session, Send It Right, Mastering Email Etiquettes Like a Pro. She will help us to understand how to write clear, professional, and effective email that make the right impact. So let's welcome Akshata Male. So Akshata ma'am, over to you.
thank you, Ritu, and a warm welcome to all the participants. I see there are 63 attendees, and I'm really happy to have you on a day where everybody is planning for an evening party, isn't it? And then you're planning to talk about email etiquette. So great! I'm very happy for your commitment to the topic which we'll be discussing in a while. So Ritu has already introduced me, and I'm very glad that I'm doing this. It's been during pandemic. It was I think I was doing 3 to 4 webinars every day, but now, as in, we have all moved into offline session. But email etiquette is one of the session which I've always felt that can be handled on the webinars. So thank you, Ritu, for giving me this topic because I find I'll try to do justice to it. So yes, we're going to start the webinar, and I want all of you, if possible, just say hi in the chat box. Any of you, I would love to see your at least your thumbs because I'm not going to be, your hi, okay, lovely. Sometimes it becomes so difficult to just look at the screen and nobody is talking, looking back to you. So it becomes a little difficult. Wow. So I have a lot of highs, and so very grateful for all of you to responding me back. Let's straight away take a dive into email etiquette. So now I'm just going to start sharing my slide. Yeah. Also, I would just like to mention that I'm sure when you're going to start the session, you might have a few questions. Yeah. Or maybe you would like to say something. I always say how much knowledgeable or how much research I must have done. I'm sure I can't compete with 102 participants. I'm sure all of you together have a huge repertoire of knowledge. Yeah. So I feel I'm sure you will have something else which you would like to add to the session. So feel free. You can put it in the chat box, and I'll be really happy to read what's that different thing even I can learn in this. Yeah. So do share your understanding or learning or any of the experiences which you want to share it. When will I see it? Because what is going to happen is now I'm going to share my slide. What will happen is I won't be able to move to the chat box every now and then. That's going to be a little difficult. But be assured that every maybe 5-7 minutes I'll do check in with your chats. Yeah. Also, at the end, Ritu has said that we are going to have 10 to 15 minutes question answer session where you definitely can ask me any questions, anything related to email etiquette, anything you would like to know about, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with that. Yeah. So let's begin this, and let me share my first slide, and the slide goes like this. Yeah. Okay. We are here. Okay. Um, Hope everything is clear now. Ritu, if you could just
Yes,
tell
everything
me.
is clear. We can see our screen.
Yeah, the clean. Okay, so I just wanted if everyone is they are able to see this and they are able to hear me clearly. The voice is audible. If not, do let us know because that will help us to make us any arrangements if you want to. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
everything is working perfectly.
Everything is perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go to this side. Okay, so I want to ask you a question. Let's have a little fun to begin with session. Okay, so you got to put it in the chat box. I'm going to ask you three questions. The first question is, you have to say yes. Just tell me if you have more than 20 unread emails in your inbox now. If yes, just go and write yes in the chat box. Yeah. If you have more than 20 unread emails in your inbox today. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can read your wow. I think I have a dream team here. Yeah. They manage their inbox very, very well. Great. Okay. I'm happy you can keep posting what is that. And if it's not, hope not more than 20, huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, my next question now. So let's have my next question. How many of you have received an email which says urgent and important? Okay. But when you open the email, okay, Lavanya has said that yes. Okay. So coming back to my question, if how many of you have opened an email which says on the subject line urgent and important, but when you opened the email and you found that there was nothing important at all. Why was the sender was writing this? Okay. Yeah. Yes, you see, yes, no, and there's so many. I think we are bombarded with urgent and important. Everything is urgent, everything is important. There are three exclamation marks. Oh, I can relate with Nitish. I can relate with Prabhakar. Kirti, you're very, very lucky that you have not got somebody like something like this. But great. Yeah. Okay. Now the last question. So the last question is, how many of you, okay, I'm sure all of you are professionals, maybe working from home or maybe in the organization. How many of you have gotten to the end of the day and realized that, oh my God, I've not done anything, the actual job, and I'm just replying to the email and I could not do the actual job. How many of you have done this? Okay. Now, Naluri says yes. Okay. There are good boys here and good girls here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lovely. Okay, fine. So this was just to have a little discussion of why we are talking about email etiquette. I'm sure all of us would like to master this. What is email etiquette and how I can be, well, I can draft a better email and have a better response. But I always feel that at the same time, I think it's a very ironical to talk about mastering email etiquette. At the same time, we are desperately trying to reduce the number of it. Yeah, मेरे पास ज़्यादा emails नहीं आने चाहिए. Okay, is Hindi, English both okay with all of you? This is fine? Or you want only English? Can I have a little chat here? Okay. Yes, both. Okay. Pradeep says English. Anything will be fine. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Only English. So what we'll do is, I see that there is a mixed response. So थोड़ी सी मैं हिंदी बोलूंगी, but more or less we'll get in will be on English most of the time. Okay. So Telugu is also welcome. Oh my God, Prabhakar, you're giving me a tough task here. Wish I could speak. Wish I could speak. But you've given me a task. Let me see. Yeah. So, yes, this is the plight of emails, what we receive today. And we all want to master it. And because it's become the most important medium of communication in the world today, not only in the business world, not only in the professional world, in our I would say personal life as well. You're writing emails and all. But of course, in this session, we are going to be mostly focusing on the professional etiquette. We're going to try, I might share some of the tips or strategies with you for personal as well, but I would be doing more on the professional context. So I'm sure all of us in our childhood, okay, have played a game where we were asked to spot the mistake. There were pictures which were shared and we were asked that, can you spot the mistake? Is picture mein kya galti hai? So I thought, why not start this session with an email, okay? And you'll have to spot the mistake and you'll have to find me how many mistakes are there And what are the mistakes you can see? Okay, you can put it in your chat box. Just write it. I can see this. So I would request you when I'm going to start, when I'm going to share you that slide, in your one message only, just look at that and write what all mistakes you have seen. Or if you find no, it's just perfectly fine, just write it. Okay, good to go. Okay. Anil Kumar has already written one. Okay. 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 Now, before that, just look at this. This is a very, very stressful, uh, you know, understanding when you read this that this is happening in the world. Yeah. In fact, University of California says that people have experienced a lot of cognitive load, like a lot of stress, okay, because they do a lot of multitasking, email checking, and doing some other tasks. And because of that, we have increased burnout at workplace, also very decreased focused at the work. So this is a very alarming study, and I think this could be one of the reason you should not leave this webinar, because I think we all need to work on this. And stress is a topic which I think each one of us are trying to tackle it. Yeah. And email, believe it or not, somewhere आप सुबह अगर उठते हैं तो सबसे पहली चीज क्या करते हैं? या पहली चीज क्या करते हैं? पहले आप या तो अपने व्हाट्सएप देखेंगे या फिर अपने जीमेल में जाएंगे और देखेंगे. गुड. सागर, वेल डन. या मोबाइल. या सो मोस्ट इफ यू सी प्रोफेशनल्स को आप देखें ब्रश कर रहे हैं सागर, थैंक यू सो मच. या वाटर एंड गो आउट. सो जनरली अगर देखिए आप, बहुत अच्छी आदत है, अगर आप लोग नहीं करते, सबसे पहले हम लोग भगवान का नाम लेने से पहले वी गो एंड चेक आवर ईमेल्स. या और आर ज्योति सिंह पैरी. ओके. प्रे. ओके. So, yeah, now I'm going to share you that email now, okay, which I just talked about. And let's see. This is an email. I want all of you to tell me the number of mistakes here. Yeah, take your time. See what's right. Only in one message. Please write what are the mistakes you see in this email and then share your answer. Take your time. I'm here. Ritu is here. And we are all very, very patient. Okay. I want you to tell me how many mistakes you could see. Yeah, that will be interesting. The messages are not in order. What time this email? Okay, that's true. Hope you all are doing well. Unprofessional. Yeah, true. Words are not professional. Acha, if spacing, para, order. So I'm going to give a clap to the person who has found out one very obvious mistake. Yeah, and Ritu and me, not exact date, okay. At the end, PS, sorry, ये क्या होता है? Yeah, true. Location of the meeting, true. You're all there. But tell me, एक तो सबसे बड़ी गलती है. अगर आपने बता दिया तो हम ताली बजाने वाले. And that person will be called out. Hope. Yes, Dilip ji. Hope you are all doing. What's that? Clap for you. Yeah, well done. Where grammatical mistake, simple one, वो तो पहले ही दिख गई. Yeah. Too casual, incomplete, absolutely. Yeah, Renit. That was such a simple thing, and Dilip ji has found out. Dilip ji, you owe and party whenever we are meeting. Yeah. So that was really simple, but yes, true. Great. Okay. So now I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to show you. Yeah. No product name. Yeah. True. See, we are very good at it. You know, इससे एक चीज और समझती है कि हमको, now this is going to be a little hard hitting, हमें दूसरे की गलतियां बहुत जल्दी दिखाई देती है. But when it comes to we writing our emails, ना हमें कुछ दिखाई नहीं देती. Do you all agree to this or no? I want your yes. Exactly, isn't it? Absolutely. मतलब हमें अगर दूसरे का ईमेल मिल जाए तो we say, अरे यार इसमें इसने डेट नहीं लिखा, उसमें ये नहीं लिखा, मैटर नहीं लिखा. But when we write emails, we don't look into it. If you are doing it, great job. Yeah, and that's why we are all here, Sagar. Now I'll show you what are the mistakes. Yeah, what are the mistakes? Let me show you that. Yeah, just see it. I wanted you to tell me. Most of you have kind of, figured it out. क्या गलत था? सिया, पीएस तो जरूरी नहीं थी. अच्छा, आपने देखा आपके जो पहले वाला अटैचमेंट, जो पहले वाली जो मैंने दी थी आपको, जो स्लाइड दी थी, उसमें जो अटैचमेंट था, वो काफी हैवी अटैचमेंट था। अब अगर आप देखेंगे तो अटैचमेंट इज 28 MB। 28 MB आपने देखा है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था, विच आई वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग यू टू टेल मी दैट ये अटैचमेंट इतना हैवी कैसे जा रहा है ईमेल में। ओके, आई थिंक you're writing professionally, you're thinking about it. Yeah, you can't think about it, you have to be sure about it. Yeah, so there are few minute things. I'm going to be correcting this email at the end of the session. I'll again put this slide and I'm going to show you how I can improve it. Now I am not saying that we are going to sit with an, we'll look at from the glasses, big glass, and find out kya galati hai. But I think when I showed you this email, you all could figure out what's going on, yeah, and what is right. This is something, a huge lesson. Let me give you something at this moment at all. If you feel you have learned something very, very important here, you should take back home. The way we find mistakes in others' emails, we are also the same way scanned by others. So, lesson number one is from today, let's take a call. From today, when I write an email, I'm going to read it. I'm going to write it when I'm at calm and, when I'm in an organized, I have a clear thinking what I'm going to write. I have a good amount of time, at least 10, 15 minutes to read my emails, what I'm writing, and look at it. Yeah. And then only send. Are you there with me? Will you do this? I'm sure you're already doing it. Yes. Thank you. Lovely. Lovely. I think we can do only this much. Kirti, Stephanie, Nishita. I think this simple thing, just to be aware, you can master the email etiquette. And by aaj se to, I'm not going to send the email now. Okay. Let's move on to the next now. Well done, guys. Let's move ahead. Again, this is a very beautiful quote. You're already that which you can possibly be. अगर आप मेरी कोई और वेबिनार, अगर रितु ने मुझे बुलाया, तो यू विल अगेन फाइंड दिस कोट, बिकॉज आई लव दिस कोट. रीजन है बड़ा सिंपल है कि आप सबको, इवन रितु एंड देयर टीम, ऑल ऑफ अस नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट एवरीथिंग दीज डेज. डोंट यू थिंक सो? सोशल मीडिया है, व्हाट्सएप है, ईमेल है, चैट जीपीटी है, एआई, सब कुछ पता है. एंड समटाइम्स यू फील, अरे यार ईमेल एटिकेट में व्हाट इज दैट आई एम गोइंग टू लर्न, आई नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट. एंड व्हेन आई राइट दिस, आई ऑलवेज से यू ऑलरेडी नो मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स. So when I was giving this session and I was just discussing about, so one of the guys, I was training an IIT batch. So one of the guy who said that, ma'am, if I know everything, why should I sit in your class? A very valid question, isn't it? I said, the reason we need to sit and again, look back what we are doing is a very simple reminder to all of us that we may be very, very good, but there are a few things I need to again brush up. I need to reflect on the ways where I am, how I respond to emails. Maybe I may have certain communication habits which I would like to change. Maybe I would like to know some other ways of doing. So these kind of webinars and any sessions when you attend, just go with an open mind, say that maybe कुछ और ही सीख लूंगा या सीख लूंगी, maybe, very simple thing, you learn that I don't want to speak like Akshita, or maybe you would like to, I would like to speak like Akshita. Both the things can happen. So there is always a learning. There is always a learning when you're sitting. So let me assure you that all of you, if you already know, I'm sure you're going to bless us with your own learning in the chat box. And if not, be there. I'm sure there'll be few things which you will be amazed to hear. Now, why do we send an email? Do we need to send an email every time? Your question and answer. I need your answer now. Do we need email for everything? अरे यार, तो चाय पीने के लिए नीचे आ जा. Yeah, can we meet for a coffee tomorrow? Yeah, email is there, but we don't need to send email for everything. Why? As and when required, Muzib. Yeah, not for everything, definitely. Now please write, when do we need to send an email? I want your answers. I'm completely talking to you in your chat box. आपका chat box मेरे सामने है और मेरी email. So imagine something, a quick call makes sense. Important updates. Thank you so much. Sandeep, official transactions, status update. Lovely. Sandeep, Kamil, Sanket, तीनों ने मेरी काम बहुत कम कर दिया है. These are the reasons. Thank you so much. Yeah, MOM, information sharing. Yeah. So देखिए, for detailed and written document, yeah, need a record, yes. when you're communicating something which you, yeah, of course. So all of us are on time. Can anybody explain me when are you when you are communicating across time zones? What do you mean by that? If I can ask anybody, what do you mean by when you are communicating different countries? Yeah, आप अपने टाइम पे ले सकते हैं. Yeah, exactly. You can write an email and you are at liberty. That recipient is liberty कि भाई वो अपने टाइम में अपना email खोलेगा and then he'll mail. So I think because see if at this time you start calling up, वो बेचारा सो रहा है. You can't do this, but you want to send the message. So that is a time you can use email कि भाई important है. I would send in. Let this person see at this. Perfect. Comment. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to show you a few things more which email is doing well. Yeah. First is email is the best medium ever created for exchanging essential information. I think we are all happy जब email शुरू हुआ था. Yeah. It has made our life easier. And that is why I think we just use so much of emails these days. You know, we are I think at work we are quite consumed with writing and sending and responding to emails because it's an easy medium. Second is you can reach almost anybody. If you want to write to PM, you can write it to him, by the way. Yeah. You can write it to any, if of course you need to have the email ID, but you can reach out to everyone. What's that wonderful, wonderful vehicle we all have got कि आप कहीं भी जा सकते हैं. Yeah. So email is a blessed medium that you can reach to anyone and wherever you want. Third, देखिए आप no time zones. It's an effective whenever that we already talked about that time efficient hai, so we can all write it. Email gives you a searchable record. Very interesting thing. If what you have written, what you have sent it to somebody, the record is there. Email allows you to craft. I love this. हम जब फेस टू फेस बात कर लेट्स से आई एम टॉकिंग टू रितु एंड लेट्स से आई वुड लाइक टू टॉक गिव हर एन कॉम्प्लीमेंट sometimes I might forget when I'm talking to her face to face, but I quickly remember. I said, oh Ritu, yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, you're such a lovely person and I want to put in the email. It is giving me little time and I would like to give a feedback when I'm not able to talk to her. I can just do it at my schedule and send her, yeah, a beautiful message. Maybe what I can't say sometimes I can send it on the email. Now you have the choice of preserving email threads जो आपके पास आते हैं आप उसे रिजर्व कर सकते हैं preserve कर सकते हैं for your record. I think most of you have said. And last but not the least is email lets you attach and include information that the recipient can retrieve. अब ये जो last वाला है ना attachment, it is like if you see in the real world, you have got a big file which you keep it on my desk and you say that Akshata read it whenever you want. सो आप मेरे साथ पर्सनली नहीं कर सकते तो आपने क्या किया ईमेल से भेज दी वो फाइल मेरे पास अब अक्षता यू रीड इट सो अटैचमेंट अगेन हैज बिकम large data can be shared in a very convenient and a comfortable manner. So this is about email. When do you send? You don't have to send an email to. Now I'm going to ask you next question. When not to send an email? Everyone, I love this audience. Everybody is on track and I'm just loving it. Everybody's replying to every answer. Can you please talk in English? Yes, Swati, I'll try my best, dear, to just for little issues. Oh, I've given you the answer. Mm. I can read your answer and I've given you answers as well. Yeah. Yeah. I just love that last one. So let me ask you a question. When you need to build a relationship, which medium of communication you should use? Can you tell me? Okay, Swati, done. Personal information, confidential information, call or meet. Yes, Sangita, right. You are Sangmitra Shinde was right. Absolutely. Yeah, call or meet. For building a relationship, yeah, you don't have to write it on the email. You have to call and you have to meet that person. Lovely. Lovely, Dilip. So now I'm going to give you a little more understanding of that. Why not? Let's have this. Email encourages unnecessary exchange of information. You can see this man on the slide. He's full of emails, man. to, come for food. Let's go for coffee. Did you get that file? Please send that file. Come on, don't use email. It just adds to the stress of the recipient. Yeah? Recipient is already stressed. In fact, we all are stressed. Second is email has replaced phone calls. Whatever things we could have done before emails have, we could have spoken to people. We could have had more physical or maybe had better relationship with people. Email has replaced that. And I think we need to work on that. Not for everything we are supposed to be using an email. You can reach everyone and everyone can reach you. That's a very scary thing. You can reach anyone, but aapke emails everywhere it is there. You know that most of the sites, everything, your emails are already there. They have saved it and you keep getting emails. That's again a very, very scary thing. You will be reached, a lot of spams happening. I'm sure all of us are seeing on the channels and TV, radio, TV and WhatsApp, all the mediums you see that, spams have been happening. So that's a scary thing which email has, and we've not thought about it. Email provides a searchable record. Now, this was a pro. Now it has become a cons. Why? Because tomorrow anything happens. If you have written anything which is not legit, which is not, I would say, appropriate to write or, put it in the email, if you put it, people can track you down. Yeah, because it's searchable. Because everything you send, it is already saved somewhere in the cloud. Remember this. Your email, once you send, it's already there in the cloud. You can't do anything. So I think the topic of this webinar was think before you send. That should be the most ideal one, that, just don't write, because you will be you're responsible for what you're writing. Email defies. Now, this is, I really want to add here. I have worked for corporates for about 23 years. And, I've worked for different kind of bosses. And I've seen that some of the bosses used to write us email in the night by 3 p.m. Can you tell me, when we write emails in the night, let's say, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or whatever, you feel you are a night king, you keep yourself awake. What does it do to the recipient? Oh, Sandeep ji, thank you so much, 3 a.m. Yeah, in the night, 3 a.m. What happens? Tell me, if somebody writes you, that email, what happens to you when you receive that mail, if you're a professional? Of course, of course. If he's in US, all fine. Yeah, you can read it and this. But what happens when you're in, let's say, let's talk about India, or आपको रात के 12 बजे का mail आ रहा है. You're getting a mail. It adds to the stress. Oh my, absolutely. Gives us stress, unprofessionalism. Absolutely, isn't it? Like you will, absolutely. We are not going to look at it in the morning. Yeah, doesn't matter. I only read in the morning. Yeah, but sometimes, Prabhakar, what happens is when that email has been sent to you, and the next day, especially I'm talking about the corporate world, I have sent you an email yesterday and you have not read it. Yeah, yeah, this happens. Suresh, you're right. Suresh, you're completely, I agree with you. Yeah, they write in the evening and the message will go late. This happens. Yeah. So let's understand that. Just keep that timing to send the email in the working hours. Look at the zones, whichever country if you are from, or you deal with. Think about the time zones. I generally, my personal suggestion, I'm sure you can have your own understanding and research and experiences, that do it in the working hours. If it's 9 to 6, keep it. Unless you feel that I have to. And I always feel that emails cannot be used for urgent communication. If you have urgent communication, you have to make a call. Yeah? Anything which is so urgent, you have to make a call. Easy forwarding can be risky. I think we're all aware that your mail can be forwarded and changes can be done. Now, this again is something which we need to be cautious of. Yeah. So using emails when only it is required, having a right email ID, sending it to the right person is very, very important. Your words can be altered in email. Absolutely, that's possible. Email attachments come with the baggage. That's true. So you send we send such big email with such big attachment with an email, and we expect that receiver to open it and see it. Sometimes your attachment has a virus, sometimes your attachment is so big, and you make it mandatory, because if you say receive, if the receiver says you have sent attachment also, and then you say, yeah, I've sent you attachment that was of this many MB, what you have done, you've actually burdened that recipient with so much of data that he or she has to see. Yeah. So of course, if there is a need, you will need it, you will send it. But unnecessary attachment, sending everything on that, let's think about it. Let's rethink about it. Should we need to do it? Okay. Am I going fine? Can I have yes or no, or anything you want me to change my style? All my dear friends, Komila, Priyanka, Prabhakar, thank you so much, dear. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. So I just wanted to check out with you guys because I'm not able to see any of you. I would love to see all the lovely faces. But yes, thank you. Let's move ahead now. Thank you. Now this is a reminder that when we send and when we look it in the email out of such a busy schedule, to go back to your work takes a lot of time. Because you again get locked in that email. You need to see what I have to do, so your rest of the work gets, you have to keep it aside and you keep thinking about it, then you call. So if it is urgent, if it is something which has to have that kind of attention, then only send, because this is what it does. Now, what I've done is, for the ease of your understanding and for the ease of my own, sharing the details and tips and strategies on this email etiquette, I've divided this session into three parts. One is, first is going to be intent and objective. Second is going to be tone of email. And last but not the least, the structure and your objective. Yeah, your format. So you got to pay. We'll be sharing each section, very small details. See, as I understand, we have lovely audience, have so much of knowledge. They're putting it in the chat box. So whatever you feel that you can also add, do keep adding, because people can read it. Again, I'm not the only person with with a hat here that I can only talk. You can write it. So now, intent and objective. I'm going to ask a beautiful question to Dilip sir. रितु, कैन यू जस्ट दिलीप सर का एक ऑडियो वीडियो जो भी चलेगा मुझे, एनीथिंग कैन इज इफ दिलीप सर. Okay, thank you so much. Dilip ji, I want to ask you a question. I'm sure you go for vacations and all. Yeah. If you're not going, you must go then. Yeah. Very often. So, Dilip, if you could tell me, oh my God, 3 months, you're such a lucky man you are. Dilip ji, can you tell me, when you go for a vacation, what's the first thing you decide? What are the things you decide? Can you tell?
Dilip, you can unmute.
Unmute yourself, Dilip, if you want to talk to us. Yeah. You're planning a vacation. Okay. What are the things you decide? What's the first thing you decide? Dilip is thinking about it. Leaves. Dilip, I can't hear you. Leaves. Okay. Can you hear me? I can't. I think Apko, you have to unmute yourself, I guess. But it's fine. It's fine. Write it in the chat box. So you said leaves you have to decide. Okay. Anything else when you go on a vacation? What's the one thing you do? What are the things you decide? Tell my manager, reservation. Okay, apply leaves. Dilip ji, the last answer which you gave has to be the first one. जाना कहाँ है? Yeah, लोनावाला जाना है. Yeah, South Africa जाना है. That's the first thing. Everything comes later. The first thing is, where am I going? And then rest of the things. Dilip ji, thank you so much for writing. Yeah. Uh, Yeah, budget. Swati is talking about budget. So everything will come later once we decide where I want to go. If I want to go to London, or if I want to go to Lonavala or Mathiran, which restaurant. But first thing has to be destination. And from there, everything starts. Because destination, if we get in, we know how many days we'll go, what will the budget. Then you'll go to your manager. Then you'll think about the budget. Then you'll plan how many days you'll stay, which hotel you'll go, all the travel and everything. But first thing has to be your destination. You guys agree with me? Agree? Yeah. If you agree, no, array, very, oh, yes. Okay. Very, if you don't agree, I would love to hear your thought. Just put it in this. Yes. So, of course, same analogy now, just apply it into emails. Whenever you are writing an email, you need to have a very clear intent and object. Why am I writing the email? Renitaji, we check the leaves and then decide the destination. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. So, it's just a simple thing, but a very important thing that why am I writing this email? What is that I want to achieve? What is that I'm wanting this email to do for me? Once your intent and objective is clear, then you start writing email. So let's see section by section what we are supposed to do. What is that intent? क्या है मेरा? What is that intent I have? I could have any intent. I want to provide an update. I need certain specific information, or I need time-based request. Hai. Now, see, when once you write, if let's say you have a time-based request, sometimes we write emails and we say that I need answer ASAP. That ASAP is when? When do you want it? Now, when you think of it, that this is my objective. I want Dilip to respond to me by tomorrow at 6 p.m. Yeah, then I'm going to write it in the email. Now I'm very, very clear because this is a time-based request which I'm going to put it in the email. Yeah, and then I'm not going to make mistake. We have seen emails writing people are saying that, oh, send the email ASAP, send the reply ASAP. My ASAP is going to differ from Ritu's ASAP, from Dilip's ASAP, from Prabhakar's ASAP. Everybody's ASAP is different. So the best thing to avoid this confusion is to have that time-based. By tomorrow, yeah, I need this, EOD this. Asking for clarification. So intent is such a beautiful thing. It takes 5 minutes before you are writing an email. What is that I'm wanting to do this email? What is that I'm asking? Then you have one, two, three, four, five, six things. These are the things I really need. Let me put them before I write. Now, let's move to, I'll show you something. Okay. I'll show you something, a very good example of, look at this email now. Can, can anybody tell me what is this? What is happening here? Huh? Anybody can tell me? What is this ABC XYZ is trying, requesting for meeting? Where? What? Not clear about timeline. In fact, the entire discussion, yeah, yeah. But but how do you understand? Follow up on what? Exactly. I mean, you're following up, understand. You have a request, understood. But what? What do you want me to do? That has no clarity. Absolutely, Swati. There is no clarity. That's a one thing. Kya project? What is that? Huh? So now you see that that can be addressed and cannot be ignored. Yeah, cannot be ignored when we are writing an email. So intent and objective will help you. Now, what are the objectives of an email? What do you want me? What you want your recipient to do? Any time frame? Any next step they need to agree upon? Yeah, anything, any action you want your recipient to take. When you keep all these things in your mind, you are in a better mindset to frame your email. Do you agree to this? When you have all these things, at least see, it's not going to you for me. Yeah, it's not something big thing, right? It's just that 5 minutes putting into your thought, putting a clear thought that this is what I'm writing and this is what my I want my recipient to do. Your mail is going to be 20% more clearer than what you actually would have written without thinking about the intent and the objective. Let me show you this email example of this, which you will find it that, okay, look at this. Now, same email has been changed into this. Yeah. No, at least you are aware of what is this person asking me to do? How much time do I have? What specific, yeah, what specific question I need to do? Now, before we move on to the next, Hope all of you are. It is too wordy, but at least it is, you can definitely still, reduce it, can make it concise, but at least you're writing what you are wanting, right? That's something is the clarity which we are looking at. And this clarity will only happen when you have the intent and the objective in place. Okay. Now, let's move ahead now. Okay. I personally suggest, in fact, it is in one of the best email practices, which says that only one email, if you have only one intention, one objective, yeah, one request. Now, when I was saying this, my husband, okay, my husband is also working for an organization. He started fighting me. He's saying, why are you writing this on this? The audience is going to ask you, because I work for an organization where 10 things are coming and we'll have to write everything in the email. So what we do is we put bullet points and then we ask, because our bosses are not going to read 10 emails. I like that answer as well. But there comes, how good are you writing such bulky email? Do you know the formatting of such emails? Yeah. How clearly you can write? Otherwise, we are going to mess it up. So the best practice, I'm not saying this is the only practice. I'm saying this is the best practice is keep one request, make your life easier, make recipients' life easier. When you have more requests, think about another medium of communication. Yeah? Can you have a meeting? Can we discuss? Yeah. Can that be done? If not a meeting, have a video call or a video conference. Is that possible? Because there are so many things. I personally feel, because during my corporate tenure, I have felt that whenever somebody used to write such a big email, believe me, it was so difficult for anybody to read. There's just so many points, so many things I have to find out. What is that I have to do? In fact, I became such a lazy person. I used to think about where is my name coming, and I'll read that part and I'll leave everything. And I was caught also, let me tell you. My boss caught me, said, Akshata, did you read my email? And that email was so big. And I was like, oh my God. And I said, no, boss, I've just read what you have asked me to do, because he has written my name. So I think we are human, right? We reading so much of data in the world today, it's difficult. Now, let's move ahead. Now, this is my my favorite slide. It says that कब लिखना है? When do we write email? When you are angry. Yeah? True. If you summarize many different topics in one email, right? True. Now I want you to put your just read this three pointers which I've written. That I love that last point. I want all of you to read it. This is such a soulful submission that when you're writing an email, if you're angry, if you are frustrated, if you want to shout at somebody, first of all, email is not the right medium for that. Whenever you use any words, your choice of words, your phrases, or something, please think of it that there is a human sitting behind that email. He has heart, feeling, stress, load, workload, children, family. Here comes the empathy. Yeah. So please check your emotional thermostat, I call it as. If I'm angry, can you, let me tell you, what happens when you are angry? Should you write an email? You should not. When should you write an email? Anybody? When you are angry, and sometimes we are angry. Come on. I want to answer. I want to, after 10 minutes, oh, that's too difficult. Krishna Vini. That's too difficult. I suggest that in cool state of mind, right? So I always say that if you feel agitated now, I want to reply to this mail. एक word file ले लीजिए and write whatever you want to write. Okay, this is your personal file, by the way. And go for lunch or go for coffee, have some chat. Come after 1 hour, look at it, read. Then you'll find, oh my God, I really don't want to write it. Believe me, you will remember me. You will not send that email. Please do it on the Word file, not on the email box. Sometimes by mistake, you will send it and the damage will happen. So this slide is my most favorite slide. And in fact, email etiquette is done only for this, because you know what to do in email. the formatting, the subject line, everybody knows. But this is one of the thing which everyone is forgetting. And that is something which has to be a constant reminder to all of us. Emotional intelligence. Thank you. Yeah. So when you're angry, don't write an email. Yeah. If you're angry, again, one of the examples which I'll give when I was during my tenure, I had seen that the person will be sitting in the cabin, okay, and there is a email sent to the person who is sitting outside the cabin, and there is a war happening. Okay, there are writing emails, they're answering back, and everybody is having fun. Let me say, yeah, but they are fighting. They're just sitting next to each other, but can't, can we not get up and go and talk to that person? I think that's something which we all can do. And let's remind ourselves everything is recorded. Everything is recorded. So please never ever write anything which you would not love to read. It's a very simple ruler I'm giving you. What you can't read, don't send it to anybody. Yeah. Are we good to go? Mm, okay. Oh, yes. Yeah. Look at this tone now. Your report is late. Fix it now. I'm sure we receive such emails, right? People are busy, right? How do you feel as one email will come to you? Your report is late. Fix it now. If you're very pally with this person, it's fine. First of all, this was too rude, anger, ordering. See, you can see the people, everybody's reading it. And if in this webinar, seniors have come in, the leaders have come in, I think this is such an important learning that, we are busy. We write emails like this, but then people really find it very, very rude. Yeah. How can I correct it? A very simple thing is, even if I'm late, I'll just write a simple word. Could you please update me on this? Yeah. Or simple, thank you. Finish. But just changing that structure or little of it, no, it's going to make a huge amount of difference. Now let's move ahead. Coming the most important, who needs to put it? Kisko डालना है? Who should be into? Everybody? Yeah, everybody in the universe, in the planet. Okay. Now here again, I'm going to be, if there are youngsters, especially the junior management team, if they have joined in, and youngsters, my request to all of you is please don't put everybody in two. Yeah. People, it is very clearly written. I'm not going to repeat in your slide that people who need to take action, yeah, people who you expect that they're going to make decision, whose involvement, awareness is there, those are the only people will be put in your two column, not everyone. Okay. So I'm especially giving this request to the junior management team, the youngsters, the Gen Z especially, because they just find that for them everything is important, right? Everything is important, everything is urgent, and they can just write emails to everybody. My dear boys and girls, if you're there in this webinar, I would suggest you please think about it. Because a very simple thing, which I'm going to show you in the next slide, just read this, you will get your answer. You're writing to 10 people, everybody will think maybe Ritu will reply. Somebody will say, okay, well, somebody else will reply. No, who will do? It's like that luggage which is kept on the station, okay? And nobody wants to take the response. It's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine. It is on the it's there in the station, right? Yeah, Anuradha. So let's understand that why just think about it. How many people should be there in groups? Now, second, thank you, Prabhakar. Second is your, this is your CC. This is called as courtesy copy, but now it has become cursed copy. Yeah. You're understanding cursed copy? Cursed copy is you have, for what reason, you don't know why you have been put in CC. Everybody puts everybody in CC. Yeah. Arey yaar, this person should also be told. Let me put this person also in CC. Acha, acha, I don't know. Why did you forget that cameraman also, he should also come into CC? Yeah. Why that person, the security also should also come into CC? No. Please think about carbon copy is only for documentation people, and carbon copy people are not supposed to or not liable to reply to your emails. Please understand. Because what happens is when you're corporate, you'll always say that, why didn't you reply to my email? I have CC'd you too. No, if you know email etiquette, I am not supposed to email you. Yeah. Yeah, Anuradha, it's just cursed copy because you have it has come to you. Now you sort got to do something about it. And there are people who feel so much responsible to reply to every email. Wherever they are put in now, they are going to reply to every email. Even if you've just put in, they are not aware of it. So think about it. I like this. Who is going to complete this? Not to. What do you think? What should be the answer? Respond on it. Okay. Now let me share the answer. Not to everyone you know. Yeah. It's a very simple one. Yeah. People who require it and not to everyone. So now we are going to go a little quickly because I think I'm taking good amount of time, Ritu. It's 4:21 and I'm still in my first part of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No worries.
Yeah. But it's fine, right?
Yes, it's fine.
Uh, guys, you all are there with me. You all are enjoying this session, or hope I'm not taking a lot of time of yours because that's okay. Don't be hurry. Okay.
We
Lovely.
continue, yeah.
So they will just okay. Oh my God, Dilip is like 6 also. Dilip, you're going to give me extra payment for that, by the way. Let's go ahead and look at this. I wanted to bring smiles. What is happening here? When people are shooting and you are marked in CC, everybody is enjoying. Well, you don't have to. I don't. You are just don't. You're not aware why you put in CC. Okay. So let's see BCC. BCC, I think we all are aware. Think about who you need to put BCC. If your boss has asked, don't use BCC just because, using some secret data, you're putting your friends also into it. Be very, very careful about it because it's very clearly mentioned on the screen that what are the things you need to do and who are the people who need to be part of it. Okay. Imagine you have marked BCC to somebody. Okay, and you thought that this person does reply to all, what will happen? Great. Yeah. वो कौन सा गाना? I don't remember that song. Then I would have said, yeah. It is going to be such a dangerous thing if somebody replies if you put them in BCC. So be very, very careful when you use BCC. Now there is a quiz time, and I'm going to give you. Um, it won't come right answer. Now I'm just going to share with you. Uh, link, you have to go there and you will have to log in your answer. I'm going to share it in the chat box. Please go there and write your answer. Just go back to this link. I've shared you a link. Please go there and quickly. Rakshit Singh, वो फिर नहीं आते जिंदगी के सफर. Rakshit has great sense of humor. No? Okay. Link I've already shared. Okay, host and panelist. Wait. I'll do everyone. I'm sending. Yeah. You've got it? Yes, I've sent. Nitish, I've already shared now. Just answer to this and okay. So whatever we have received till now, hope everybody is just going to show you what you have replied to. And this is your answer. Hope you can see. So 40 participants have said use to for the main recipient and BCC for others. All the 40 participants, your answer is right. Yeah. So जनता के पोल में आप देख रहे हैं कि there are people who have actually given the right answer. So ये सही जवाब है. We are locking it. Your answer is right. And yes. So those who have said use BCC, those put up email and addresses, that could be not that appropriate. The best way to do it is the 43 participants. They have done it. And my vote also goes with them. Okay. So now let's stop this. And good. I just wanted to add something so that you are also responding. Let me share the PPT again with you now. And where are my Okay. Okay. So we're done with the chat quiz. Now let's move on to the next. What happened to this email? What went wrong here? I think all of us have read this email, right? What went wrong here? Just look at this email. I'm sure it reminds you of something and why it was so much talked about. Tone was rude. On a lighter note, he would have joined our webinar today. Don't you think so? He forgot to join. Ritu, you have not sent invite to him so that we could have discussed with him. All of you are right. Abrupt and threatening tone, lack of empathy, vague expectation, no choice, no feedback, timing issues, missing context, commanding, everything. And I'm sure you, if you are aware of it, there are many resignation, a lot of attrition happened after this. Very high attrition, damaged morale, negative press coverage, potential productivity impacts, a lot of things. So this actually email tells us that how email etiquette at the leadership level can have significant organizational consequences. Absolutely. Again, just wanted to show you that. Uh, Kirti, you want to say something? I can see your hands raised. You want to say something? Or we are good? I don't know. By the way, I could see your this thing.
Kirti, you can
Uh,
unmute and speak.
Kirti, you would like to say something? You have raised your hand. I think she's not there. Okay. So now we are moving into Kirti. Whenever you have anything, please put it in the chat box. I'll talk to you about it. So second section, we are done with the first. Now let's go to the second section. Don't sound like a bot. Yeah. With chat GPT coming in place, we are copying, pasting, and putting everything in the email. I'm sure all of you must have experienced how email looks when you have just copy pasted. It looks so robotic. Let's stop doing that. Yeah, you are requested to provide your availability. Yeah, yes, okay. Now you are requested to provide your availability. Looks just too uh, kind of I would say that there is no touch, there's no human touch. If I have to use it, I'll say that could you please let me know your availability. I'm happy to work around your schedule. Now that could be a little more personal touch. Yeah? So email is a medium where you can still have a personal and emotional connection with the person who you're writing to. So though it's a faceless medium, you can still use positive, reflective words which can be used and have a better impact and connection with the audience. Now, rule of thumb for this, no matter your rank, always apply a courteous and respectful. Even if you're writing an email to a team maker in your organization or the CEO of your organization, it has to be the same tone. That's the rule we follow in email. Now, that's a best way to look at the email, whoever you're writing. Now, there's something called as negative intensification biases. Now, I'm not going to explain this to you, just simple way. I'm just sharing with you that whatever you write, there can be 10 meanings of it. The way we talk to people, the same way when you write, there's a possibility that people can take out a lot of meanings out of it. If you see this email down, I notice that report is a bit delayed. I'm sure you're working hard. Please try to submit it as soon as possible. What that one thing you're not liking in this email? Huh? Thank you, Prabhakar. What's the one thing? Why it can this email be taken negatively? Anybody? Yeah. So I would just share that I'm sure you're working hard. Can look little sarcastic, right? I would find it like this quite sarcastic. I will feel, what do you mean by I'm sure you're working hard? Yeah. So please look into it when you're writing anything. Just look into it that if hope this email is not taken, some your words are not taken it in a different way. Let's move on to the next. And There are few rules. Always be formal. That's the best way if you are not sure how to, what is the tone. So to err in the side of the formality. Internal colleagues, you can have a little more casual and comfortable, exchange. Use dear or hi, for dear for definitely formal and extremely. When you are starting a professional equation with somebody, hi and hello with you, friendly, and if you're talking to a colleague. So this is the kind of setting your tone for the email. I like this rule. Assume that all the emails could be discovered for litigation. If you have that kind of, what do I call it as, if you keep that in mind all the time, that, oh my God, my email can be discovered, if there is a case, if they find out this email of mine, I should not be, liable for any of the charges. That kind of your commitment to write an email and in a correct language, in a positive language, so that it does not have hundreds of meaning, so that somebody can understand something else and be a part. Next, last but not the least, you have structured and formatting. Now, subject line, simple subject line. What do you think? How many words you will use in subject line? Anybody? How many words you will use? Quickly. Huh? Try to use 7 to 8 words. 7 to 8 words maximum. Yeah. Okay. Please remember that the message which you're sending in the laptop, you can read the entire subject line. But if it is read on the email, in the maybe your iPad and the phone or somewhere, the subject line will reduce to 3, 4 to 5. So think about it when you're fun. Response threads. Response threads, it means that when you're writing an email, uh, think about that how long this people will start responding to the same email. Try, that's why we have said that, put people who are only required in two, put people only who are required in CC. We always say that don't keep the response thread like 10 or 15. After 3 to 4 response threads moving in the same, it's time to have a meeting, guys. Nothing is going to happen on the email. Salutation, of course, use dear, hello, if you're writing. Is it good to take help of AI to write an email? Suresh, I would suggest you that you can definitely take a help, but I would say take the idea, never copy. Because ChatGPT gives you good ideas, good words, and sometimes, you just understand, oh, I could have written it this way. But then you have your own email. Yeah, don't copy it. I just take the idea. Sometimes even I get confused. Oh, what should I write in this? So I take the idea and then I write it. Okay. Now, first line body valediction. First line should email. Thank you, Suresh. First line should email. Whatever is your subject line, your first line should immediately talk about it. Don't make the recipient a detective. To keep finding what you have written in subject line and you have given the recipient a work that, okay, keep finding what is that I'm wanting to say. How to use salutation for more senior people like delivery manager or CEO. See, you can definitely write, dear sir. I always, mentioning their names, or I think I would always suggest that write, dear sir, because that's something which is more in practice. Everybody uses that. Yeah. But Sandeep, I would also tell you that if you are talking about the CEO of your own organization, always see how is everybody, conversing with the senior people. So always see how things are working in your, what is the culture of writing emails to senior people. From there, you can take a cue. Even if I say that, if your organization says that for CEO, they can name it. Some of the organization don't like that, you're calling them dear CEO. They say they call me by first name. So observe the culture, and then according to that, you can follow. Am I fine, Sandeep? Will that work for you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the body, how long should be the body of the email? Body of the email should not be more than 3 paras, and every para should not have more than 2 lines. Yeah. So I'm just going to go a little quickly so that now there's not much to discuss. Look at these useless subject lines. What to do? FIR, two things, great news. Nothing makes any sense. Yeah. This is not something which we are expecting. This looks like a spam email. Now, good subject line could be this. Yeah. You can still make it crispier, just on the point, just to the point, and just say it what you want to say. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Look at this email. And to all the employees from HR, hope any HR is here in this team. Can I have a hands up here?
Yes, we have.
Oh, wow. Dilip ji is from HR. Dilip ji now, wow. Okay. Oh my God. Can we change subject if there is subject from client like that? No. When you're forwarding it to somebody, if you have something, uh, can we just take that question a little later? I'll share with that. Yeah, please. Let's just ask this. Okay, there are so many HR guys here. Look at this email, especially for you, all employees from HR, and this is the subject line. Now, I am going to be very happy as employee to read this email. And now imagine what comes here. You can share smileys. Yeah. Laughing emojis are there, I guess. Yeah. Look at, yeah, no, look at the, what was it? What was the subject line? What did you make me to read? And what was the subject actually? What was the body? Subject was so happy, but you made me so sad. Yeah, absolutely, Suresh. You really, yeah, Anuradha, I just wanted that. You just made me happy, and then the body is actually going somewhere else. Yeah? Lovely. I love these emojis. Yeah, unclear. Yeah. So again, this is for reminding, have a chart. This is the best thing which you can use it from ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives you good subject lines. Yeah, so you can get again an idea. You don't have to put in so much of head and uh, heart into it. What should I write? Just give it, and that will help you. You know, after all, Chat GPT is to make our life easier. Why not to use it? Yeah. So I use it sometimes when I find that, oh, I need a very good subject line, and sometimes I do learn from it. Okay, so it just makes it easier. Okay, coming back to quickly, just read this line and just read it. When you write these kind of use these kind of business jargons and the word, I would only have one sentence for this para, and that I'm going to say in Hindi. कहना क्या चाहते हो? Yeah, what is this and why? मतलब what is that you want me to understand? भाई इसका मतलब यही था. I've just shared it with you. इतना ही था. But why have you written that? So clarity, having simple language is the key to write better emails. Yeah. So, but remember this, it is difficult to be simple and simple to be difficult. Writing simple messages is going to be a task. Remember that, but that's the work you have to do. Make it as simple as this. Yeah. If you can't explain, if your mail cannot be understood even by um, a 10 or 12-year old, then you don't understand yourself what you've written. Everybody should be able to understand what you're. That chats to be that simple. Now, there are a few things which I've just spoken about. Use bullet points, use headings, subheadings, stay on the topic. Some people write subject line, but they're never on the topic. They're talking something else about it. No color background. Please don't use it as your drawing board. Yeah. Don't use different fonts. They convey different meanings. Different fonts, different meaning. You can have a work now, just write it on the when this webinar is over, write, use three fonts and say, write only same thing in three different fonts. You will understand a different meaning out of it. Professional tone, avoid overloading of information, respect confidentiality. It's a very simple thing. Yeah. So these are very general but more important rules in your when you're writing your name, your address, or maybe your designation. Keep it small, keep it short. You don't have a lot of company logos which are very heavy. Yeah. And when you're going to send it to the recipient, might not receive it, and there'll be, your mail will be again more than 5 MB, 10 MB. Then the recipient is going to be finding it difficult. So don't use a lot of images. Some people use a lot of quotes near the email. That's not a professional way. You just keep it very simple. Maybe you're just writing. Let's see, if I have to give you an example of Akshata Mahale, leadership and executive development coach, and my phone number. I'm done. I'm not going to write anything because you need to contact me because already my email is there. You need to contact me. My phone number is there. And this is what I am. Absolutely. Now, a very important thing which I'm going to be ending this workshop here now. Very simple thing is always read. It's called as mirroring technique in email. Always read how this sender has sent you email. Let's say sender wants to have at the end of that, the sender is written cordial. Okay. And when you are replying, you are writing warmly. Okay. Please keep the same tone as this. Because if that he's writing or she's writing cordially, you also write cordially. Yeah. Match up to that. They like, we all like. Yeah. Somebody's writing warmly and you're writing cordially. Yeah. So cordially and warmly is just, I'm just giving an example. Match up to the tone of the sender so that you understand. Always see at the end how this sender has addressed himself or herself. If I have written Akshata at the end of my, you can address me as Akshata in your email when you're replying. But when I'm writing Akshata Mahale, maybe you would have to give me dear Akshata Mahale or dear ma'am or whatever you would like to say. But now I am expecting you to. So you get hints from the email what you have received. Yeah. So these are few of the things which we all need to keep it in mind. And these are few cordially in appreciation is you can use it in your uh, these are best safe. Don't use these are take care, catch you. I've seen people writing anything. That's it. Yeah. So we are done with the session. And now I'm going to be, do let me know. This was just an hour. I've tried to share most of the points, which was, thank you, Renit, so much. And I've tried to complete this, give you as many pointers.
Yeah.
Hope you all have liked the workshop. And
So
thank you.
before taking questions, Akshata, let me launch the feedback poll for 5 minutes, and then we'll take the questions.
Thank you. Jyoti,
Everyone,
thank you
please
so much.
respond to the feedback poll.
Yeah. Do share your feedback. I'm so glad that you all have responded and connected with me so well. Really enjoyed this session, Ritu, especially. Such
Yeah.
a communicative audience. Yeah. Himanshu, thank you so much, dear. Yeah.
Everyone, please respond to the feedback.
You can just respond to the feedback poll. Okay. Wow. Lovely. I'm so happy. I'm really, really glad all of you have liked it. Uh, I'm sure the amount of time we had, we tried our best to give you. I'm sure this session, generally, when you take it in person, it goes into one day. We give you a lot of practice, a lot of other techniques have been shared. But here, of course, whatever was possible, we were trying to do our best.
And this recording session is available in our Ethica Insurance YouTube channel. You can go to watch the session. And if you have any questions, please meanwhile keep posting in the chat box. And if anybody wants to speak up, please raise your hand. I will allow you to.
Yeah, you can ask your questions, and if you have anything which you want me to, any
Kirti,
question.
please unmute.
Indrasena will be sending the PPT. Sandeep, thank you so much.
Monday 3 p.m. you will be receiving the PPT and the recording link in your.
Okay, Saurabh Jain is saying it is not showing unmute option.
Please raise your hand. I'll unmute you.
Hi, can you hear
So
me now?
yes, yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
Saurabh, we can hear you, please.
Yeah. So first of all, thanks for the wonderful session. It was really very useful.
Thank you, Saurabh.
My quick question is, let's say when we are interacting for the first time with some stakeholders with the multiple this one, let's say first name, middle name, last name,
Mm,
and we don't know how to address them, not very sure, right? What is the first name?
mm,
And we need to address to that individual. What
mm.
approach should be taken in such cases?
Okay, if you if you have seen one of the slide where I've said that first of all we need to always be very very professional. Uh, I generally prefer. I would suggest you that sometimes you're not aware the gender of the recipient. Yeah, male, female. You're not aware of it. That is also very very important thing for you to remember that we need to be very, very careful of the gender also, especially in this age. So I recommend that, let's say you have just heard about me and you'll have to write an email to me. You will write, Dear Akshata, or Dear Sir or Madam is fine. Okay, it's absolutely fine. You can go ahead with that and Dear Sir. But never going to suggest you that you use Dear Sir slash Madam. Please do some research on the internet. Who is Akshita? Male hai, female hai, what, everything. Just find that out and then just put a little research and then you will write. But the best and the safest is Dear Sir, best, Dear Madam. It's very, very ideal. If you know my name, you can write Dear Akshita Mahali, comma, and then you can start. Yeah? So it's a very safest one. You can go ahead with that. Everybody likes to be called Dear. Yeah. Hope that helps.
Yeah, quite clear. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhakar. Thank you so much. Thanks and regards, Nova. You can put it definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I have been also just one of the question I just thought I'll just share it with you is people say that, when we are talking in the thread, there's so many mails are exchanged. Do we need to write every time, dear? Do we need to write every time, that initials? Do we need to every email we'll have to do? No, you don't have to. Only the first one will go. And the second, because the first email itself is sufficient for all your answers. So you've already said dear, and then it's wow. Yeah. So you don't have to again and again raise. Thank you so much. Such any more question? I think we have good feedback. Okay.
Nova, you can unmute and speak.
Noah, you have anything to speak?
Siri also, yeah.
No, ma'am. No.
Yeah. Hope Noah, you liked the session. You enjoyed it.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I have sent several times the reminders, but I'm not getting any response from the other end. So, how to conclude such situations?
So you'll have to call up that person because that person is not going to reply on email. That he or she has clearly told you because they are not responding. So best way is to talk to them, pick up the phone and call them up and talk to them. That's the most ideal way, I would suggest.
Okay, so I can call over them and again the same mail I can tell them as per the
Just tell
description.
them, yeah, I have written an email to you. And don't be, again, we've said that we don't want to have harsh tones or something. I have written so many emails to you, you have not responded. So you have to be very courteous, very professional that I thought I'll pick up a phone and talk to you because I've sent you a few emails. I'm sure you must be, engaged somewhere else. I thought this is the best way to reach out to you and have that tone and you can just talk to them because if somebody is not responding you on email, best is to call them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank everyone who has given me excellent, good, and I'm really happy. Oh, yeah. Hope I made some difference to your 1 hour today. Yeah. Thank you, Garima.
Divya,
Thank-
you can speak up.
Yeah. Thank you, Sartaj. Divya, you have something to say? In the inbox, we have flag. Is that important? No, I would suggest flagging becomes so much difficult later to scan through because there's so many flags. If we do it, you'll have to remember which flag is for what. So somehow I think flag. Uh, I generally don't prefer. Even if I have not seen people who are on a very senior level, they use flag or all of that. Just keep it very very simple.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Akshita Prabhakar here.
Hi,
So,
Prabhakar.
thanks for this wonderful session. So I just have one small doubt. See, as we move forward, we usually get some doubts on writing these emails in the professional way. How could we reach you out in such cases, just in case?
So I'm just going to write my email and my phone number also. You can just take a screenshot or.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Akshata P. Mahale, and my phone number also. Let me give you in the same box so that, no, I'll have to give you in this. 7542478. Yeah, you can just take a screenshot of it. You can reach out to me. You can connect with me on WhatsApp. If I'm not in a session, I'm going to reply back to you.
If there is no questions, then we can wind up the session.
Yeah.
Anybody have questions? Please, you can keep in the chat box. Will we wait for 1 more minute, or else we can wind up the session?
Yeah.
So that's bring us to the end of the session. A huge thank you, Akshata, for sharing your such an insights and email on the email etiquettes. So your practical tips and the expert advices will definitely help us and how to communicate effectively more professionally. So thank you so much for the today's wonderful session. We really feel it like बहुत यूज होगा हमारा ये फ्यूचर में, not only now. So we have taken so many things from you. And of course, a big thank you to all of you, our beautiful audience, making this session more interactive. And we truly appreciate your time and the participation. So
Thank you.
with
Thank
this,
you.
I
Thank you,
just
everyone.
say
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Akshata.
Thank
So
you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
thanks for attending. See you in the next Friday music session.
Thank
So
you.